This is Everyday Commentary. This is a video overview of this knife. And this knife is the Native 5 in FRN. And one of the reasons why I have this knife is because I got it on MassDrop. And I got it through MassDrop for exactly $63 shipped. It's an incredibly great buy at that price. I mean, at its normal street price of about $80, it's really, really good. At $63, it's an insane buy. So I picked it up. And while MassDrop is not the speediest of services because they have to negotiate the buy and all that kind of stuff, it came about a month after the drop closed. But given the price difference, the fact that I didn't need it immediately, it wasn't a big deal. So I like the MassDrop process. I think it works. But the knife itself is just awesome. So Spyderco has been releasing lots and lots of really expensive high-end knives. And this is one of their first knives, one of their first new knives. Well, it's not really new, but it's a new model that's in that upper to mid-range price, and it's just a fantastic carry knife. I reviewed the Native 5 with G10 handles, and that was a really good knife, but it was really thick. It was really heavy. The closed construction on the lockback made it real thick and bulky. It was a very dense knife. This knife is the same size, but it weighs 2.5 ounces, and it runs CBM S35VN, which is a powder metal steel from Crucible, and it is just great. In many ways, I think this is like the smart knife buyer's choice in the mid-range on the Spydercos. Lots of people gravitate towards the Delica and then the Endura, but for my money, nothing cuts better, nothing performs better for the money, the weight, and the size than this knife right here, the Native 5. It's almost as good as the Cali 3. Almost as good as the Cali 3, but it's, like I said, normal street is $20 less than the Cali 3. What I paid is almost $40 less, so it's just a tremendous value. And it's a big departure from the regular Spyderco line because they've been doing things like introducing, a $110 Kiwi and a bunch of things that are essentially mid-techs or collaborations with custom makers that are $300, $400. Some of the things that I really like about this knife, in addition to the ultralight handle, I love the handle shape. In many ways, this reminds me of like a Strider PT. It's got that finger choil here, and then this indexing notch. The spineless, the humpless spine is awesome, especially because most Spydercos don't have this. And in fact, if you just basically continue this handle out a ways and made this an angle instead of a curve, it would be this. It would be the exact same thing as the Strider PT. Hold on, let me shut this. Train going by. The blade steel is really good, and the big upgrade over the Native 3, in my opinion, is this thing has such an immaculate grind. It's very clean. It has a swedge. It's a full flat grind, as opposed to that multifaceted grind with the big swedge and on the Native 3. It's just ugly and it didn't slice well, but this thing just slices like a kitchen knife. It's a great, great, great knife. I'll also note that the lockback is extremely stable. The knife can't really flick open at all. It's definitely an effort to get it out there, but once locked in, unlike most Spydercos, this thing has no blade play, no side-to-side play, no nothing. And so that's a big upgrade. The pocket clip is the same, and it's four-way positionable. Essentially, if you're looking for like an entry-level Spyderco, not a budget Spyderco, but like a knife that you could use and keep for a long time, my money's on this knife right here, the Native 5 and FRN. Reviews coming.